Hey Dad!
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to save the G923.
What system does it use?
It uses a gear-driven system.
Is that why you call your channel Gears to Glory?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're talking about this, the Logitech G923. Now before I start, I just want to say that I'm a casual gamer, so I don't pretend to be an expert on these things, but I just want to share with you my experiences and what I found gaming with these wheels and what I'm doing with my current setup. Okay, so I hope you can appreciate that, and as we go through it, this is just an open rant, okay? I'll just be talking about this, and yeah, just a quick review, and then we'll toss it around in a bit of gameplay. Now, this is my current daily driver, it's the Logitech G923. Prior to this, I was using a G920. Shout out to all the G920 users, and the G29 as well, which is the derivative of that. But this one comes in two variants. This is the Xbox version that I've got because I'm gaming on a Series S. And then you can see over there I've got in the picture the PlayStation version, which is also called the G923, but prior to this it was the G920 and the G29. I used the previous version, which was absolutely excellent for me, really enjoyed it. I did a review of that, you can check that out, that full video there. And when I got the chance to get this, I just jumped on it. I really wanted to experience the G923, and for what it's worth, to be honest, I think it's such a great wheel, but it's a wheel that is under attack, and it's under attack for a good reason. There are a lot of wheels that are coming out at a similar price point, which I feel sometimes may have a bit more, maybe some better type of wheels. So for example, you've got wheels like the KMSC5 that's coming out, that's a direct drive wheel actually, which obviously has got a lot more strength and a lot more fidelity when it comes to the outputs that it's giving. And you've got wheels like the Thrustmaster based ones. You've got the T248, I've also looked at a bit of those, and the T300 RS as well, which is also supported on the Xbox. So you've got some very good alternatives at the price point, and this is not exactly the cheapest wheel around. Okay, so the G920, which I reviewed last, comes at about $500 AUD. This one is at $650, which is quite a ton of money. Okay, now I didn't buy this brand new, to be honest, because I really don't think it's worth it for $650. But if you do find these going for quite a lot cheaper on the second-hand market, and also if you find some specials as well, so that then it's definitely worth it. But if you're paying $750, then I think there's quite a lot of alternatives that you can look at. But if you do get a chance to get one of these, is it worth it? Will you enjoy it? My answer, plain and simple to that, is yeah, you'll love this wheel. Okay, but if you've got the extra bit of money to spend and upgrade to a proper direct drive wheel, then by all means do that, right? Because this is not exactly the cheapest wheel around, but for what you're getting, this is really quite good fun. And if you can get it a special, like I said before, definitely get this wheel. Now this wheel looks absolutely amazing. I mean, this was just beautiful. It comes in with the beautiful leather stitching, which is very good quality for the price point that it's coming at. And it's got the extra buttons. Now when you're coming from a G920 or G29 upgrading to this wheel, you'll notice quickly that it's got the plus and minus buttons on the left hand side. It's got the rotary encoder, which is very nice pedal shifters, which are completely different, because this one here has got very nice pedal black metal pedal shifters, which are really cool, very nice to play with, and they feel very good in the hand, and they've got a very nice clicky sound as well, which is great. So this wheel just looks and feels like it's very nice quality. We've also upgraded changed the that 12 o'clock pointer over there. It's nice and blue as compared to the silver on the previous wheel. But yeah, it's a very nice looking wheel. Now the technology they're still using in here is still the same as what they had in the previous wheels, from the G27 to the G25, 27 and the 29. Coming up to this is still a gear driven system, which is as loud as they say it is, okay, because it comes with true force. And this is the one thing that differentiates the 923s from the previous versions, is that this wheel comes with true force, which is supposed to give you a little bit more feeling in the games. Does really translate very well. I'll be showing you in the gameplay just now, but I think it's a really cool addition. Is it worth the extra money between the 923 and the 920s? that's debatable. It's highly debatable. But I mean, for what it's worth, if you can get this, like I said, at a discount, this is a really amazing wheel. I really enjoy it. I love the True Force, by the way, because when you actually play it, funny enough, when you play on this wheel and you play on the previous one, you will notice the difference between having True Force and not having it. But then also, True Force is actually really quite loud. Here's the sound of someone playing with the wheel in the next room. You hear that? This thing is incredibly loud when you turn everything up. But yeah, anyway, the other change that's different between this wheel and the previous one is the pedals. Now, the pedals on the G923 are pretty much similar to what you had with the G920 and the previous versions. They look exactly the same, with the only difference being the brake. Now, they have upgraded the brake pedal, and I think for me that's really, really massive. The G920 that I had before had a rubber stopper at the end, so when you press it, it would move freely to about 50%, and then when you move beyond that, it would hit a rubber stopper, which was supposed to be simulating how a load cell would work, but it really didn't work so great. But in the 923, they've got a progressive spring, so it's easy to move at the beginning, but the harder you go, the more force you have to apply. And I find that for me, it's actually really, really nice because I can easily with my foot, I mean, if I apply enough force, I can take it straight through to 100%, and then I can nicely moderate it as I get out the corner to obviously trail brake, which is very nice. So I really love the feeling of this over the G920. But the fun fact is, with the previous wheel, all you simply have to do is just go onto Amazon and order one of the progressive springs off there, and you can actually modify this. And they've got some very nice kits that you can use to modify this pedal as well. And I might consider doing this on this one to see what changes I can make to it. But off the bat, as it comes out of the box, I'm actually very happy with the way this pedal works. The clutch and the accelerator are exactly the same as they were before, with the clutch requiring a little bit more force to press down than the accelerator. This is actually really light. And the one thing I'm considering, which I have seen a lot of people doing, is just swapping out these two springs. So that's something I actually probably will do in a later video, and just swap them around and then just test them out and see how it goes. I actually did that with the G920 before this, and I was very happy with that. So I probably will do this as well with these wheels. And also probably because I don't use the clutch so much except when I'm drifting. But yeah, I probably will swap those out. But these pedals are really, really great. Out of the box, really, really great improvement. But obviously you can just mod the previous wheels if you have those. You don't have to buy a 923 simply for that. But they're really great pedals. Really enjoy playing with them. And just a quick shout out to the shifter on deck. Really, really cool. But that comes as a separate accessory. It doesn't come out of the box with the wheel. But I got this as a separate add-on, which is really cool. It goes for about, I mean, 50 to 70 bucks depending on where you get it. But it's definitely worth it if you're into like different kind of like drifting or into rally style games. But the thing with this is you can also mod it. There are lots of mods that you can do with this shifter, which I might also consider to make it a little bit feel a bit more realistic. It actually just is like a flimsy kind of feeling shifter. But there are lots of mods you can do on this as well, which a lot of guys do, which I really appreciate, which is really cool. But yeah, that's the shifter on deck. Really cool. And one more thing which is really great with these pedals is that they come with a carpet grip, which is really great because I'm playing on a carpet. I don't have a stand as yet, and this carpet grip just really, really works. And you just pop it out, and then these got like pins that hold onto the carpet. I haven't had any issues with this thing slipping, which is really great, as long as it's on the carpet. But I can understand if you're like on a hard floor, this might not work as well. When I had the G920, I had that on a stand, and definitely one of the things that will be coming up is to mount this thing to a stand, because you can see it's got all the mounting holes at the bottom here to make sure that it's nice and firm. The one thing I don't like about not mounting it is the fact that every single time I want to play, I have to like realign myself every single time. But this carpet grip just works great. It's really, really awesome. Alright, so with that, let's get into some gameplay and toss this thing around. Okay, and here we are. First game, ACC. Now, there's no better game to showcase the Logitech G923 on an Xbox than with this game here. This is actually, I think, the only real sim that we have available for Xbox. But obviously, if you're on PC, you've got a lot more options. But let's just start with this one, ACC, right? So we're just going to take the beamer, let's go into a session. And this game, I tell you, brings this wheel to life. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start in the options, and I will show you here. I've got this settings set up quite high. You can see you've actually got an option there for True Force gain, right? And you can see after that I've set that to 100%. I don't recommend this, especially not with this wheel, but let me just show you what it does, right? Because True Force is like sending vibrations through this wheel. So let's just take it out for a drive. It's just a practice session, not a race, just showcasing the wheel. And you can see immediately as the engine fires up, look at that. You can actually see the wheel moving with the vibrations. And if I'm holding the wheel, I can feel the vibrations coming through the wheel. And that's exactly what they're calling True Force, right? And if I just wave it up, I can feel the vibrations coming through the wheel. And shout out, this is a game, I mean, this wheel is fully supported in this game. You can see the shift lights coming on as you rave, which is really, really amazing. And yeah, you can feel those vibrations. It's really amazing. The only thing though with those vibrations is when you hit the road, oh my gosh. Let's take it out for a spin and I'll show you what I mean. As you drive out, I'm sure you can hear that to the microphone because it's right next to the wheel. But this becomes honestly ridiculous. It becomes ridiculous. The vibrations are just coming through. Real gears. No, I have to cut to that. I can't do it. It's too loud. It's way too loud. You guys can't drive like that. You'll wake everybody up. So yeah, so I don't recommend that you drive with True Force turned up. Really cool concept. I actually think that I haven't driven on the G Pro yet, but I know they've implemented something similar. And I'm sure that it's a little bit better. But even then, I've seen some reviews, people saying you should turn the True Force down, and I do recommend it. If you get one of these wheels, turn the True Force down. It's just too much. Okay, so I've just loaded up the setup I normally use, and here you can see I've turned the road effects down, and I've also turned the True Force gain down. I might turn it up a little bit, but it still makes a little bit of a clunky noise, which I don't like, especially with this gear-driven system, right? But here we go. I've turned it down, and let's just go for a quick spin. Okay, it's not as you can't feel it as much as it was before, but that's great. That's great because I mean I don't really want those noises, even though the feeling was pretty good. Maybe on a drag drive system it's a bit better because then you don't have those clunky gears coming through. But for what it's worth, though, oh my gosh, like this just feels great. This wheel feels amazing. You get a lot more communication through the wheel than you do with the G920 because you can feel the surfaces a lot more because of those fine movements that you get through the wheel. And yeah, you'll really, I mean, this is just great. What I find with this wheel is it actually, like, I feel like playing a lot more of those kind of games. Normally I'll play like your SimCade games like Forza and everything, but ever since I got the wheel, sorry, I'm just doing, don't drive and talk. But yeah, it's I feel like I feel so inspired to play these games a lot more. Like I really want to get it into a lot more competitive ACC. Ever since getting this wheel, because you really feel a lot through it. You really feel connected to the car, and you know it's like a sim, right? You can really feel a lot more than you would with a game like Forza. So really loving this on using the G923 on ACC. You definitely do feel a lot more coming through the wheel than you do on a G920. So if you've got that, but is it a reason to upgrade? No, I don't think so. You can really still feel, you know, you'll still have fun with the G920. I mean, I had lots of fun with my 920. But yeah, this is a different level. And also, something I'll mention when I go to Forza Horizon is the way that this wheel rotates. It rotates a lot faster. I just felt it as I got to that corner there. But yeah, it's just really, really great. Yeah, let's just move on to the next game. Shout out to ACC, great game. Okay, on to the second one. Second game that's fully supported by the Logitech G923 is this F123. Now I've made a video about this. F122 is not supported. F123 is fully in. This is really incredible. So I'm just going to jump into a practice lap and we'll just talk through it as we go. Now this, I mean, I've been an F1 fan for years, and I mean, I've played this game on controller, and I mean, I really enjoy it. It's really, really great, but nothing transforms your experience like getting onto a wheel, and especially onto this wheel. It really, really feels great. I still have the settings quite high. Let me just jump into them very quickly. And this, I mean, the G923 support on this is awesome. And this is actually one thing which is really great about F123. And when a wheel is fully supported, it really makes a difference, because these buttons here, the LSB and RSB buttons, I don't know if you've got a G39 or 920, or if you play the previous games, you'll notice that you can never use these buttons. Even in Forza Horizon, actually, frankly, you still can't. I thought it was like an Xbox thing, but apparently it's just a gameplay thing where the wheel is not supported. So if you look here, you can see I've just come here. I've already reassigned these buttons, but here you can see my brake bias is set to this, and I've got my differential on the side, and then I've got my ARS mode on the LSB and RSB. Wheel is fully supported, which is awesome. Okay, there's no real true force setting in here. What you've got is you can customize your vibration and force feedback, which is where you can change these things. I'm still messing around with this to try to get the perfect setup for me, but I've just tried to turn some of these things down, like on-track effects. I normally try to turn these down so I don't get too much of the rumble again, because if you turn it up, I mean, you get that rumble coming out on the wheel, which is not great. On the rumble strip, yeah, I do like feeling it a little bit, but I like turning it down as well. The tempo has to be high because I want to feel the forces coming to the wheel. And yeah, on F1 it's set to 360. I mean, but we'll talk about these when you actually play the game. Right now it's just showcasing the wheel, so let's just go and just take this out for a spin. Just a casual spin around Silverstone. And I mean, the wheel just feels great, right? It really transforms the way you play the game. And that brake pedal, I mean, when you play a game like this, it really comes into its own. I didn't mention it when I was playing ACC, but the way you can be so confident under braking and actually, you know, try to trail brake out of the corners, because you can, as you get into the corners, you can really stomp on that brake, and you can feel yourself getting to 100%, and then you just slowly, like that, and then you slowly release it, and you can feel that, okay, fine, I'm at about 50%. You can feel it, and you know your muscle memory kind of builds that up. I know it's not the same effect as a load cell, but I mean, it really does a job pretty great as compared to what you get with a default 29, for example. But I mean, in a game like this wheel really comes into its own, and you can really, I mean, really have fun. So tossing this car into the corners, and I'm just not concentrating, to be honest. I'm just having fun with this. And you can feel the rumble strips coming through, forces on deck. This is really amazing. So yeah, really enjoying playing with this wheel in F1 23. There are a lot of gameplay videos that showcase this particular game, and I'll be playing a lot of this as well, so you can jump on some of those videos and you can see, you know, you can watch me play around with this wheel on F1 23. And this year I actually want to try to get competitive with this wheel, because it's really cool. And I know there's a lot of talk about, you know, can we be competitive with a wheel like this? And to be honest, I've got my nephew who's actually playing with a G920 Xbox, and I mean, we're actually having a competition, because currently he's got his time on a wheel is in the top 10% currently on Xbox, which is really incredible. And I've actually done a lap on this. Let me just go back to the garage. I've actually done a lap on this, which I think is in the top 23%. Let's just go back here. So I mean, can you be competitive? Yeah, there you go. Top 28. I think I just dropped down. Top 28%. And I've got my nephew on a G920 who's in the top 10%. And this is just with me just messing around, actually, because I believe I can actually go a little bit faster. So can you be competitive? Maybe not consistently like the way you would with a proper wheel, but I mean, you really have a ton of fun, and you can go a lot faster, I feel, anyway. And you just have fun while doing it. But I've noticed, actually, funny enough, that the top times on this are guys on controller, which is just weird. But anyway, it's all about the fun, right? So can you have fun with this in F1 23 or whatever F1 game you're playing? Hell yeah. Okay, and then our last game for today. Makes sense, you're playing with a wheel like this, which is not exactly like proper pro grade. Get into a simcade and have just hoot it around, right? This is what this wheel is made for. And to be honest with you, I play a lot of Forza Horizon 5, and I really enjoyed it. And this is where I'm also going to showcase the shifter. And so I've got my difficulty settings. You can see I've got the manual with the clutch, because I'll be jumping into this. And I'm just going to start by showcasing a drift car. Now, I don't even understand it why, but I'm much better at drifting with a controller than I am with a wheel, so that's something I have to learn to do. But yeah, shout out to the Logitech G923 here. And this is where you can feel that responsiveness. I feel like this is a bit more responsive than the I always do that. A bit more responsive than the G920. But yeah, I'm still trying to get the hang of this. I can never get it right. I always end up doing that. So yeah, maybe I'll document my drifting journey. Oh gosh, just can't get it right. Come on. Here we go. This is gonna be the one. They told me to practice at the roundabout. Oh man. Maybe I should take a less powerful car. Obviously. Clearly. And the funny thing is, I don't know why. With a controller I can wheel this thing around. But with the wheel, yeah. Yeah. I'm still getting the hang of it. But you'll have a ton of fun. Oh my gosh. G923 with and this thing just is so responsive. The wheels spin into place so quickly. I really enjoy this. I just need to get my drifting game on. If anybody's got any tips or tricks or hints on how to get better at this, maybe if you can check some settings my way, that would be great. But yeah, I'll still mess around with this a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, I'm just really messing around, to be honest. But let's just go for a quick race, right? Okay, just taking off for a quick spin, and we're in the Audi RS4. And yeah, this is where this wheel really comes alive. We're just taking it out on the Vulcan Sprint. And this is a hill climb. And this is where you really feel the difference of this wheel. Is it's so much more fun than playing with a controller. I mean, just tossing it around, you'll have a lot of fun in this. This is a sim kit after all. This wheel is not exactly the strongest with the forces, but it really comes alive and you really enjoy it and have a ton of fun. And I play a lot of Forza Horizon 5, so I really enjoy playing with this wheel quite a bit. So let's just take it through. And I've turned to manual without the clutch because I'm just using the pedal shifters. Oh, the dive bomb. Got you back. And yeah, this is where you really have a ton of fun. I mean, look at that. This wheel is so cool. I've also turned the vibrations down in this because, again, with that true force, if you've got the vibrations all the way up, it'll be making a lot of noise. Very clunky, gear-driven system. But with the vibrations down, forces dampers all the way up, so you can feel the movement and the weight of the car. I mean, this is where we really started enjoying this because what you get is with every different car that you take, you can feel the difference in like the weight of the car and the weight transfers, which is really, really great. I mean, with this RS4 here, you can feel the weight moving around as you toss it through the corners. It's just incredible. Yeah, and this is where you really start having fun. And again, like I said, I'm just a casual gamer, so this kind of thing just gets to me. And I really love. I mean, I enjoy a lot of cars, right? So this is what I look for. The sim titles I'm still getting into. F1, which is still a bit of a sim cage. Asseto Corsa, just starting out with that. But this is what I've been doing for the longest day. Let's come back, rewind. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get that kind of old cost. Okay, here, I'll just take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah, there you go. And then take him through it on the inside. That's how you do it. There you go. More like it. And there, you feel that dip. Just make sure not to lose the carbonate. Oh gosh. Ton of fun. A ton of fun. I need to change the gear ratios in this Audi. Yeah. So if you're into casual racing, I mean, you're not going to be disappointed with this. you're not going to be disappointed with this. But again, I mean, the argument is this thing worth the money over, I mean, like the cheaper G920s and the 29s? That's debatable. That's highly debatable. Oh, here we go again. It's highly debatable. I mean, True Force is really great, but it's not giving you too much more over what you get with those wheels, right? And then again, for this price, there's so many more entrants that are coming into the market, you know. So the case for something like this is becoming slimmer and slimmer. But if you do get one, will you enjoy it? Hell yeah. Photo finish. Oh, I came first. So yeah, that's it guys. That's it for today. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But for now, peace out. Yeah.